I can tell you one thing. I'm definitely not excited for Season 5. Oh my goodness. Season 4 was just complete and utter trash. Everything about it is bad. I already had my fair share of talking about how Season 4 is trash. But so let's just do a review on this. I don't know if I'll do a Season 4 review. I did a Season 3 review, and I did reviews for individual episodes on a different channel. But I just did season, just all in all, Season 3 review a long time ago, though. So in the end, when Morgan saw her, Martha, and when she was a walker, she there was the word "strong" on her forehead. I don't know if you saw it. It was kind of hard to see, but that was kind of a cool little hint. I mean, not hint, but a little just thing. But how would she write that on her arm though? Like, I mean, on her forehead. Like, that's pretty hard to write like that neatly too. And it's so crazy that she cut off her arm, knowing that she's gonna die either way, just so she can kill more people as a walker. Like, what the hell is wrong with her? Just so she can kill more people. But she won't even know if they're weak or strong. I'm doing weak and strong in like quotations, like how she says they're weak and strong. Like, she won't even know as a walker and everything like that. So this came out September 30th, and today's October 5th. But you know, whatever. There was more stuff. Oh yeah. What was I gonna say? One dog died. I don't remember a dog dying. Oh yeah, when Alicia and the rest were poisoned in the thing, they were all just lying on the ground, and be like, "Morgan, save me! Our savior, like save me! We're useless. We can't do anything by ourselves. Just save us." They go out, they do all that, and then they just come back and stuff like that. I know that they didn't find much alcohol and stuff like that, or ethanol or whatever. Yeah. I didn't even know ethanol was another word for alcohol. But Alicia in Season 3, she was almost in the same situation, except there's not enough oxygen. And then she was, like, walking around, even though she felt like just lying on the ground and just, like, dying there. She kept walking around, kept going strong. And in this season, or this episode, she's just like, "No, you know what, Morgan, you can just come and save me, because, you know, I'm worthless, I'm useless without you. You're my savior, Morgan." It's just so annoying. Especially how Morgan is the new... It says Alicia's the protagonist of the show, but Morgan's the protagonist of the show. It all revolves around Morgan. Season 4. Let's just read this, though. This stuff. Last Parents of Jim Brar, zombified. Last Parents of Martha. This episode name refers to Morgan Jones telling Althea why he left Virginia. I lose people, and then I lose myself. It is also written on Morgan's forehead by Martha after the car accident. Alexandria is mentioned by name, while the Kingdom of Shiva are directly referred, though Morgan skirts the issue when Al asks if Shiva is still around. Hilltop and possibly Sanctuary are indirectly a reference. Martha calls for Morgan to meet her at mile marker 54, which is where her husband Hank died in a flashback in mile marker 54 episode. At the mile marker, Hank and Martha's car is still seen crashing in the guardrail, and Morgan finds Martha at Hank's grave. Martha also gives Morgan a more complete explanation of what happened to her husband. I don't like how Morgan put a grave for her and stuff like that. Screw her. Morgan's journey with an injured leg to save his friend mirrors his journey from Alexandria and What's Your Story. Similar scenes from being used to depict the journey itself. Goofs and errors. After Al takes out the walkers, the group is devastated because the bullets cause all the ethanol to leak out of the truck. However, all they had to do was bring the container over to the holes and fill it with the spilling ethanol. Both Luciana and Storm were close enough, especially given the size of the tanker. Exactly, like, that's really just dumb. They're just like, yeah, you know what? Let's just let Morgan do it. And when what's her name? Charlie was drinking the alcohol. That was kind of it wasn't funny, but it made me smile. And here, that was dumb. She could have easily killed her, Jim as a walker, and the zombie. I think she only had 2 bullets, but she could have at least killed him immediately, and then killed the walker beside her, like coming up to her over here in this area, because if she kills the other walker here, then she could just like let go and then attack her Althea, but she'd survive somehow anyways, you know, because plot armor. Yeah, she killed both the walkers and then just attack her. She's weak as hell, like, yeah, but instead she just sits there pointing the gun, and then yeah, it's a little annoying. And like, where did she get this stuff too? She just randomly, like, I know she got the armor from the police car, the bulletproof vest, but then the shotgun, where'd she get that? She had that during when she was inside trying to start up the whatever it was, the film studio car or whatever. She was, yeah, I don't really get it. I didn't see anything that said DS, or at least I don't remember, but those reviews were, people have said stuff about DS, and it could possibly be Daniel Salazar returning for season 5 as a villain. Because he's like, screw people, I don't want to help them and stuff like that, possibly. Which, honestly, I feel like is the right way to survive. Like, I hated how when they were like all over there just lying on the ground, like waiting for Morgan to help them. Luciana's like, said something about making up for what she did. What did she do? What did she ever do that was bad? Like, she's barely even in the show. What did she ever do that was bad? And also, like, making up for what you did, screw that. Why would you care? Like, being a better person, like, everyone in this world is... If you're like John Dory, you're lucky to be alive. If you're like John Dory, where you're like basically a good person, you're actually very lucky to be alive. And like, you actually care for people and stuff like that. You're just one of those useless lucky people. Like, Carol in the comics. Like, even though she wasn't like a really good person, but like, she's just useless. She doesn't know how to do anything. It's like one of those people where they can't survive without other people. John Dory, I know he survived on his own, but you know, that's a whole other thing. I just hate John too. I mostly hate him because of why he's like, oh yeah, I can be a better person. I want to do good. It's like, no, this is the apocalypse. The only way to survive is to embrace the madness. I think that's what either Troy or Madness, not Madness, Madison said in season 3 or something like that. The only way to survive, I think it's Troy. The only way to survive a world gone mad is to embrace the madness. I think, yeah, he said that to Nick. Yeah, and that's true. If you want to survive, embrace madness. It doesn't mean you go and kill people for no reason. It doesn't mean you do that. But I mean, don't be like, so if someone attacks you, you don't, and then you beat them in a fight, don't like, you can kill them. Don't be like, oh yeah, I want to be a good person, so I'm just going to tie you up. Like, I guess if you can do it, or if they have a family and stuff like that, then kind of. But like, and you know they have a family, but like, it doesn't matter too if you kill them because they attack you first. So, like, I know 2 wrongs doesn't make it right, but I don't know, just like, screw them. Why would they attack you? Maybe they attacked you because they needed stuff, and then I bet Morgan would be like, oh, maybe you need water, that's why you attacked me, so I forgive you, and I'm gonna give you water. It's like, no. Well, I know that's morally, is that how you say it? Whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, moral. I know that's the right thing to do, but like, this world isn't, even this world right now, the world we're living in right now, 2018, it's not a good world. So if someone attacks you, then like, don't kill them, but like, in this apocalypse world, post-apocalypse world, like, apocalyptic world, like, screw them. Why would they attack you first then? If they didn't want to, if they didn't want to risk dying, then yeah. But yeah, so it doesn't mean you just go around, oh, I see this person, I'm gonna kill him. It's like, most people don't think twice about killing a walker. Why would you think twice about killing another person? And I know I probably sound like a crazy person, but I am a little bit more desensitized than most people to killing. I've never murdered anyone. I've never done anything like that. I'm not saying I would either. But I'm just a little bit more desensitized. And if you're like, oh, it's because you play violent video games. Actually, no, I don't. Well, at least not that often. And I actually started. I used to play with like little kid stuff for the longest time and everything like that. And my friends, they weren't all like they didn't play violent video games either, really. Violent video games, it doesn't make you go crazy and kill people. Those people that like they play video games and then they play like let's say Call of Duty, and then they go pretend it's Call of Duty in real life with a real gun and they shoot people. That's because they're idiots. That's because they're actually dumb. They're just dumb. I'm not gonna go play with a real gun and a loaded gun and be like, oh yeah, I'm pointing out my friend, and then press the trigger and try to shoot it beside his head, but then accidentally hit him in the head. I'm not that dumb. Those people that like think the video game is real life, they're just actually just stupid. They're dumb. Um, or they're not thinking straight at that moment. Or they just have a terrible life and they don't really care. But yeah. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe for more about it. So I think